The virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway welcomes you to PRA's 2025 running of the Coca-Cola 300. Hello race fans and welcome. I'm your host for today's event, Cryptid Cell, and I'm joined by my co-commentators Llama and Ally for the longest race in PRA. It is 300 miles, that's 200 laps of action. The Coca-Cola 300 at Charlotte. I'm so excited to be here in the booth with you guys here today. How are you doing here in Charlotte?
I'm just doing swell. I think we got a full field of 14 cars on tonight. It's the longest race we've ever had in PRA. It's gonna be a barn burner for sure. Testing this track has been amazing. Qualifying, the battle was tight to make it into the show. It is gonna be a great night of racing in the Peak Racing Association.
How about you, Ally?
I'm doing good.
That's great. Now, 14 cars lined up in these beautiful patriotic paint schemes with DB in the 3 for Island Motorsport Garage. He is on the pole here in Charlotte. He's looking fast. He's looking for his first points-paying win of Season 5 here tonight. Aiden in the 21 with Ace Alpine Racing. There's System Mini Slam Door making his return. One of the notable guys here today at 83 is looking to make some moves here tonight. Aria, last week's winner. There's Cubed, Storm. So many more. And I believe we lost one, did we? No, we didn't. We went right past him. Max Bleedio in the 31. He's back. His leg problems have been solved, and he's ready for the Coca-Cola 300. We have so much to go over, and so many interviews here for this Crown Jewel event. 1,000 Robux on the line. It's going to be a lot of fun. How about we get started with some interviews?
Let's do.
All right. Let's start with our pole sitter DB. That's luck. Yeah, let's start with our pole sitter here today. DB in the 3. Familiar sight for anyone that was watching in Season 4 of the Peak Racing Association. Hello, DB. How are you doing here today?
I'm doing great.
Alright, well, starting on the pole position, a great spot for you to be here in Charlotte, and you're looking fast. You ran, around 500, 600 laps of practice for today's race, and looks like it turned out. You won the pole. Overall, just how are you feeling, and how are you going to keep yourself cool for this longest race of the season?
I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Just went to the bathroom to prepare for this long race. Yeah, I'm feeling good about how consistent I'm going to be today. Ran pretty consistent laps, pretty fast. And I need to get my head straight. Give me
Alright, you ready?
Ow. Yeah. All right. Dude, I'm having a brain fart.
Well then, let's go ahead and move on to the next question. Llama, Ally, you have
Yeah.
anything?
Obviously, with the transition from Savage Motorsports into Island Motorsport Garage, there has to have been some hiccups. You think that if there are any remaining, how do you plan to combat the challenges of having all that stuff on your mind with that major shakeup in team ownership? How does that affect you coming into today's very long and very important race?
It's totally different, being a team owner now instead of a driver. But it's gonna be a little bit more difficult since I don't have as good chemistry with Rich. But it's gonna be a little bit easier with Storm since I've been with him for a little bit. We're good friends, and it should be a little bit neutral. This race is gonna be good, kind of a little bit difficult to work with him, but yeah.
All right. um, I completely lost track of what I was. I completely lost track. All right. Well, thank you for your time, DB, and good luck here in the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Thank you.
Go ahead and rejoin VC. Next up, we'll go ahead and interview a few more guys. Napa, do you want an interview? Alright, let's go ahead and interview Napa. As this is a crown jewel, we'll spend a little longer on the pre-race than we usually do. We'll interview maybe 4 people. Hello, Indy. Indy, I was reading your message. Hello, Napa. You actually just came from Indianapolis. You were running laps for the Bubble 325 early next month. You're here in Charlotte. You qualified second. You'll be alongside DB for the start. How are you feeling today?
Feeling good. This car was really fast. Just gonna run some consistent laps.
Let me
and
unlock
get
for ya.
some points. Gotta get some
Rejoin ally.
points today.
Keep going. Sorry.
I need to get points. I'm like third last in the points. But yeah, I'll try to win. If I don't, who cares? Just gonna try to get the most points I can today.
All right. Llama, you have anything for him?
Coming into a 1.5-mile track like Charlotte, a track type where you are the most recent winner, obviously getting that win at Kansas, does that win boost your confidence at all for today's race?
Kind of does, because this racetrack on the Highline kind of runs similar to Kansas, but it's not the fastest. So I guess I'll just have to learn and experience what Charlotte is different from Kansas. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, for sure. This is a slightly faster track, higher banking, and no artificial changes have had to been made to this surface to produce multi-groove racing. This is completely natural multi-groove racing here in Charlotte. But anywho, thank you for your time, Napa, and good luck rolling off second.
Thank you.
Go ahead
Have
and
a good
rejoin
day.
VC. Napa, of course, on probation. It's going to be rough for him, but we'll see what can happen. We're going to move back. Many requested an interview, so we'll go ahead and interview his IDK Racing Toyota. That'll cover all 3 manufacturers. Then I guess we'll interview one more wild card. So, Minnie in the 60. Hello, Minnie. How are you doing here today?
So far, so good for today's race. I think so, as I got a little person in my background. But I think good. Qualified well in this semi-patriotic car, I believe. But I think good. I hope I can do good. Stay good.
Yeah, so starting mid-pack, not a great starting position, not a terrible starting position. How are you going to deal with the opening stages of this race, and how are you going to deal with this longer race? And it's 4 50-lap stages here tonight in Charlotte.
Well, with my minimum starts sports my name, I'll try to do something. But with the opening stage, I guess I can either just keep it clean and pray that we all don't go slamming the wall to turn 1, and that's just it. That's most of I can do, bro. And I just got told I'm getting my pay docked if I to lose. But other than that, I just pray that I can do well enough that I can win a race and be in a fight.
Llama.
With, tonight being, this is the race of the season where you can score more points than any other race. There's 23 points on the table. Actually, since you didn't win the poll, closer to 22. 22 points on the table for today. For a driver trying to point their way into the chase like you, who's below the cut line, is there any different approach to this race that you take knowing that you need to score all those points that are on the table?
You just gotta be aggressive on the starts. Every start, every restart, you gotta be aggressive. You gotta make bold moves and flashy moves and something that will make it stick to hold your positions for this long old race. And that's it mostly.
All right, then. Well, good luck with your mid-pack starting position here in the 60 for IDK Racing. You have 2 teammates with you here today, and wish to see more of you throughout today's race. It's a long one. Take care. Go ahead and rejoin VC.
All right.
And we'll interview one more person, and then I'll help Patrono get back in, and I'm going to tell people to stop spamming. I know, Cubed. And then I'll tell people to stop DCing, even though it's probably not their fault. Anywho, first person to say the letter K. Alright, it's gonna be Storm. Bro typed L. You were already interviewed, Nampa, shut up. Alright, and then I'll get Patrono back in. I'm getting pinged. Why am I getting pinged? Shut up. Go away. Alright. Cool. That's a sketchy account. Yeah, that's a very sketchy account that just joined. Anywho, let me un-S-lock and Patrona go ahead and rejoin. Let's go ahead and start this interview with Storm. I'm having to do multiple things. This is rough. Hello, Storm. How are you doing today?
Yo.
Well, in this number 9 for Island Motorsport Garage, you started towards the rear of the field. 3 cars behind you. Let me TP Patrono. You're going to have to respawn your car. I do not allow you to not. So respawn your car. Anyway, 3 cars behind you for the start of this race. Lots of work you're going to have to do. How confident are you feeling?
Pretty confident. Maybe not a win, but I think I could maybe pull out something good for this race. I don't know. It's a very long race, so I'm going to try and maybe not go to the front the start and just look at lines and find out what's fast, because I only got so long in practice. So, maybe make a push later in the race, but that probably not early.
Alright then. Seems you missed the memo here. This is not a patriotic scheme. Thank you. I think you missed the memo, but whatever. A car's a car, am I right?
I mean, there's a little bit of patriotic back, but it says USA.
Ah, I see. So you do have a patriotic on you today.
Mhm.
Alright then. I guess that works out then. Alright, Llama, you have anything for this number 9?
So, Storm, you're obviously, I think it's safe to say that you're almost completely out of the championship fight, as much as I hate to say it, and as much as you probably hate to admit it. Knowing that you're pretty much out of that championship fight to get into the chase, is there any different way that you're looking at this race because of that fact?
A little bit. I mean, I think I could definitely work some magic, but I think it just gets to a point of at the end, if I'm up there with like DB or something, I might just if I'm in second, I might not go for the win if DB's in first, because he's in a spot to win and I'm really not because of how much I've been inactive. So if I'm in a spot to win and DB's not up there or one of my teammates aren't up there, then I'm gonna go for it. But if DB's up there, he might just have the win.
So teamwork coming into effect here. And of course, your closest teammate, teammate is Rich. Right, he'll be starting right behind you with this double file start. Do you want to work with him at all, or do you are you still very certain on just staying back the first few stages? Because of course you get 3 stages before the last one just to learn the track, and I'm curious about that. Do you plan on necessarily working with your teammates to make it through the field at all?
Kind of depends on how it goes. You know what I mean? Like, if I get a good jump off the start and I'm making a push up, then I'm definitely gonna try and make a push up, and I'll work with Rich all day. But if I get like a bad jump and then don't really have much pace to compete with the field, then maybe I'll work with him, but I might let him pass if he's faster than me, you know? So, just gotta be a good guy.
Alright then.
Play it out how it goes.
Alright then. Cool. Well then, thank you for your time, Storm, and I wish you luck in today's Coca-Cola 300. Take
Thank you.
care. Go ahead and rejoin VC. With all that out of the way, it's just about time for the national anthem here in the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And after that, the command to start your engines. Memorial Day weekend. Today, we commemorate the lives of those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in protecting our rights here in the United States of America and allowing us to do what we do best tonight. The Coca-Cola 300 on Memorial Day weekend in 2025. Let's go ahead and head up to our pit box as we prepare multiple drivers here running patriotic paint schemes. Alright, what do you mean don't forget me? Huh? You need a TP? When did you... Oh my god. Oh, it's cause you... Oh, right. Okay, and then go ahead and spawn your car, get your scheme on, set your number, all of that, really quick. Make sure you set your number, Patrona, if you haven't. Set your number again. Anywho. And, with all that out of the way, I suppose it is time. It's the national anthem here in Charlotte for the Coke 300. As I get my camera set up. Oh, no, that's not what I was going to do. What am I doing? Lock in. I believe I was going to do like that. Yeah, because that shows that, and it shows that. Alright. Well then, scheme, not scheme IDs, where am I going? Broadcast crew. Alright then. Here we are. This is taking a little longer than I initially planned. We're chilling. Alright. Please stand and remove your hats for the national anthem in the United States of America in tonight's Coca-Cola 300. It is not working. Give me a second. Why isn't it working? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay. Please stand and remove your hats for the national anthem in tonight's Coca-Cola 300.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran
Alright. The Coca-Cola 300. There's nothing more in the way. It's time for the most famous words in motorsports. Presented by the first person to say T. Oh, you know what? Never mind. First person to ask was Bob. Never mind. Sorry, Llama's gonna do it today. I want to. Sorry, guys. All right, and now for the most famous words in motorsports, presented by your Grand Marshal and fellow co-commentator for the Coca-Cola 300. Please welcome Llama.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engines.
Alright, we're ready to go! The Coca-Cola 300, 200 laps of action. That's 300 miles. DB will lead the field to the green today. Pace speed 90 miles an hour. Use standard roll-off procedure. Go ahead and start pacing. And let's get our starting lineup here from Charlotte. We'll go row by row in the order of me, Llama, and Ally. Starting with row 1. In row 1 is the number 3 of DB for Island Motorsport Garage. He's your owner-driver. And behind him in the number 99 Coca-Cola machine, that is, where is he? Napa for Ace Alpine Racing.
And in row number 2, sitting 3rd in the PRA point standings, Max Blugio in the 31 Exalta Chevrolet. And to his outside, Aiden Danny in the 21 Coca-Cola Ford.
In row number 3, we have System in the 71 and Mini 60.
And behind Mini, you got the 83, that's Slam Door, also making his return to PRA, and the 16, that's Aria. She won the last race in Talladega.
Right behind them, teammate 2, Aria, is the 10 of Cubed. And to his outside, Storm in the number 9.
And in the next row, we have Levi in the number 25 and Robloxian in the number 93.
Robloxian, you have the wrong scheme on. That's Chase version. Put your regular version on, please. Sorry. And behind Robloxian is the number 77. That's Rich for Island Motorsport Garage. And rounding out your field is the 20 of Patrono for IDK Racing. That's the 3rd Toyota entry in tonight's Coca-Cola 300. As we are going to go one more lap around before we take the green. It's due to that slight delay. Change all laps. -1. Alright, go ahead and double up on the back straightaway.
In tonight's Coca-Cola
I can.
300, you will find 4 cars sponsored by the beverage company, DB and Napa, along with Aiden and Levi. All will be sporting the Coca-Cola colors tonight. A proud title sponsor of this race.
Alright. Green this time in the Coca-Cola 300. The longest race in PRA, the most points in PRA, and a crown jewel, 1,000 Robux on the line. Today, we honor all who made the ultimate sacrifice. The Coca-Cola 300 is underway. Out of turn 4, 1 lap complete in Charlotte. DB in the 3, he leads the way.
DB is out with a pretty big lead, and just as I say that, I look back to see Max Pelugio on his bumper. A pretty big pack forming up. What I was gonna say before the race was that this is actually longer than some real-life cup races.
As we
He is
see
full
one
of
car in the
chaos.
wall further back, sorry to cut you off, that's Mini in the 60. He keeps it straight, but the field continues to figure out who goes where. We see System in the 71, he's now running 4th in the Coca-Cola 300, chasing down the leaders.
Great battle for second right now. That's the company inside Max Pelugio. Your second and third place starters respectively. Now this entering this battle. Trouble in the back, Rich. What's the problem?
We stay green, that's one car. I don't know what happened, as I was worrying about something else. There's a car out. Wait, what?
Mini is stuck
in the grass.
grass.
Caution is out. Race back, and then it'll be red. I don't know what just happened. Oh, I know what it was. I know exactly what it was. I know exactly who and what it was. That's race back. Red flag. Stop immediately. I know who and what. I know who, I know what. This is exactly what I feared would happen. We will be right back after a short intermission. Hello everybody, we are back. After a red flag due to a hacker, we are ready to continue the Coca-Cola 300. And for all of those who are not in the server at the current moment in time, I am letting you know that the Discord server is on complete lockdown for the next 24 hours. You will not be able to join. It may be extended. I might put a notice on the stream later. Do be aware of that. Without any further ado, I'm going to actually... I'm looking at this. I don't trust this guy. I really do not trust this guy. But, okay. Anywho, without any further ado, hello Llama, and I hope Ally's still here. Yeah, hello both of you. Alright, pace 90 miles an hour, single file. Pits are closed. Slight delay, but that's not going to stop anything.
With those first opening laps, let's have a pretty good handle on things. As the night is still young, we have 194 laps to go, but that 3 looking strong in the very beginning.
Alright, pits open this time. Change mini lap 6. There we go. And then change slam laps 6 as well. Alright. Coming into pit road, this is going to change the stage 1 strategy quite a bit. I want the 25 TTB for passing under caution.
This should, in theory, set these guys up to be able to go to the end of stage number 1 on fuel. So it's no surprise to see everyone come down pit road for a full tank of gasoline.
Slight contact. They're all good.
And whoa! Wow, very close off pit road.
Napa just barely got it over DB, and that's a lead change.
And Napa will gain a point. No. But Napa will gain the point, I'm sorry. Out front is that 99 machine.
And this restart is going to be interesting. Looking at the radio, we're seeing some reports of lag. So
Everyone's
don't know what to
having
make of
lag
that.
problems. Choose next time. Choose this time. Yeah, choose this time.
We saw on the initial start of the race that the leader was able to get away a bit. Let's see if that happens with Napa this time.
DB, remain in line, please.
He was able to fire off well. Hasn't been in traffic at all. Starting second on this restart, will be able to choose that outside line or might start behind the 99.
Alright, we're now coming to the choose. DB, stay in line.
And this is definitely going to be interesting. One of the people reporting lag problems is DB, one of the fastest cars. This is going to make for a thrill here in the
I said
Coca-Cola.
stay in line,
Yeah,
DB. You're to the back.
And a TTV for the 3. As Napa, interesting choice, chooses the outside line.
And you did, by technicality, choose the outside, DB.
Not the common lane choice of the leader. Sometimes you'll see them take that inside, but Napa's gonna it and going with the outside. He'll have System to the inside. Patrono will line up third, and then Aiden in fourth. Max Blugio in fifth as we get ready for the restart.
Ticker doesn't control green, leader does. The leader is Napa. Go when Napa goes, no earlier. Here in Charlotte, 190 laps to go in the Coca-Cola 300. We're back green.
Aiden almost took his teammate 3 wide there. Blugio will take it 3 wide.
Down
Napa
into
didn't
1
play
as
off
they
the
get onto the
wall.
track. 3 wide. Patrono backing out.
That outside line choice for Napa not paying off. System pulling away with the lead on the jump.
This is what we saw on the first restart. Sorry, the first start.
And the mid-pack is a flurry of chaos. Lots of drivers making contact, bouncing off each other. The top 5 just about run single file. There on back is either double file or 3 wide throughout most of the field.
As we see
Eden.
Cubed and Slam Door getting together a little bit down the back straightaway. Slam Door looking to the inside down the middle. Now all the way down to the bottom of the track, looking to the inside of the 20. Great moves from Slam Door, and he's clear of Patrono. That takes him up to 6th place in Charlotte.
Dude, working that outside line, trying to get by the 20 and the 83 of Slamdor here. Slamdor knows with Core missing this race, he needs to be able to get up to the front, get some stage points, and capitalize on the fact that his championship rival isn't here today.
Up front, we have a battle for the lead now, a battle for second. Napa dives to the inside of Max Blugio. Max Blugio is trying to press the attack on the number 71 of System. And now it's single file back out, but Max Blugio could come back to him here.
Watch the wall, please, Robloxian.
And System is back cleared, Max Blugio.
That outside line is just so defensive. System is going to be able just to park his car up there. It's going to take a lot for Max Blugio to be able to get by, and as I say that, he will clear 4th race lead. New leader, Max Blugio.
System's not done. He goes back down to the inside. And right on by that 31 on the inside. Now Max Blugio trying to build a run to the bumper. And he
Crossover.
looks on the quarter panel of the 31. Crossover. System's back clear.
He tries to get back there, but he just can't. Now System blocking the number 31 down the racetrack. It's these two, and then a pretty healthy gap.
Oh, one around in the back, it's Aria. Sorry to cut you off there. And she'll go back up into traffic, collect more cars. Patrono's sliding as well. That's going to bring out the 2nd caution of the night.
And Max Blugio was so close to getting that lead. If that caution just hadn't come out, who's won?
Aria did.
If Aria just didn't come back up the track, then I mean Max Blugio probably would have got it there. Since the
You really
caution
don't
went
need to be wrecking. If you can't drive, just back out, please. Alright, hit a wall pop. Why were you on the wall?
Drivers order themselves as we pace under caution for, as I said, the second time
Don't
today.
hit the wall.
System out front.
Pit speed's 55, I said in the driver's meeting. Well then, get on the brakes before you hit the wall. If you can tell you're gonna hit the wall, get on the brakes. Anyway, pits are closed.
And this race looks like it's gonna be a long one.
No, because I'm gonna start parking people if they can't clean it up. I'm not gonna be sitting here for 4 hours hosting a Roblox race. It's not hard. It's an intermediate.
Lap 18 of 200. So it's been about like what, 30, 40 minutes.
There was a delay as well, so quiet.
Yeah. That.
Pits are open this time. We'll see who comes in, who does not. There was a pit stop earlier. So the real question's, do we need to have a pit stop?
I personally think they got about 30 laps, give or take, left in the stage. If I'm in the back, I'll pit right now, just to be safe. But if I'm up front, I'm going to keep the track position.
And if you want to, you definitely could go for a few laps at the start of stage 2, and then be clear to make it to the end there. But the safe call definitely is to stay out here.
About a 50-50 split with drivers who decide to come in and drivers who decide to stay out.
That splits this race's entire strategy. It's going to be interesting now. Robloxian out of his pit box. Does anyone beat him? Slamdoor does. Does DB beat Slam? No. DB is going to be third off.
Slamdoor will win the race off pit road. He'll probably restart, I would say, around 7th. So 6th on up, for the audience at home, 6th on up will have a fuel disadvantage until the end of the stage, where everyone will likely pit.
I mean, like I said, I do think one or two drivers could.
You gotta stay in line to the choose come.
Play a risky strategy. Oh, that's interesting.
A lot of drivers pick inside. They saw what happened to Napa for choosing the outside last time. And Mini will go from right around mid-pack all the way up to 2nd on this restart, choosing that outside line.
Alright.
That is going to be big for the number 60 car, who was lodged in the racetrack earlier.
Alright, leader is System. He controls the restart. Y'all gotta counter steer on the banking, guys.
Getting ready to go for the second restart of the day. System and Mini will take us through the Crimson Designs restart zone, and we're back underway with 30 laps to go in stage number 1.
That inside line got a great jump, and that allowed System to clear, but Mini slides down in front of Max Blugio and secures 2nd place for the time being. They're 3, almost 4 wide in the back. It is a cluster of cars down the back straightaway, and they're almost wrecking as Patrono gets it straight all the way to the back end of this field.
And just like real life, the inside consistently has more grip and better restart. System with a 4/10 gap ahead.
In trouble, there's Robloxian spinning in the back. He collects Storm. Up the racetrack they go. Looks like we'll stay under the green flag conditions. Only the 93 going to spin around there.
And System had a 4/10 gap. But I mean, Mini's cutting it down. Even with the run from the top side, System's lead is going to be severely diminished. No, actually. Okay, the tickers. I don't know what the gap is.
Don't worry about it that much. Mini now challenging System still. He had a fantastic restart, and now he's fighting for the lead in the Coca-Cola 300, and he's going to clear that 71 and slide up right in front of System. No,
Not
System
able-
right back to the outside.
And not able to block that run that System gets on that high side. He might have to try and pull a slider here, but System going to send it deep to prevent that. That's going to allow the 60 to slide up on corner exit and prevent any run from coming, but the 71 takes it to the inside.
Now,
Just
but he
doesn't have
can't-
anything to do with that though, and that's gonna allow Mini in the 60 to have the lead right now in the Coke 300.
Our fourth lap leader of the night.
Got Max
System's going
Blues.
to try to get back to the outside. Mini, with the red on the inside, is going to keep it, but here comes System
no.
to the inside. Mini to block. Into turn number 3.
If System's gonna want to do anything, he needs to find a different line. He can't trail behind the 60 and make something work. He's gonna need to find a different line and use it. But right now, Mini,
Whoa!
as the lights turn on,
Whoa.
Very
and they're
effective
3
pass.
wide further back. Get DB Aria, the 3 and 16. DB used to drive for Aria's team, Lightning Fast Racing. Now drives for his own.
And System's going to try and come back to Mini for the
Just the
lead. But that, I mean, the 60 car is, I don't know what to say. System to the inside of the 60. Now, Mini's still going to get that run and extend the gap.
Battle for 5th place is still on. DB continuing to try and get by Aria. Napa waiting in the wings in case these two make a mistake. Looks like Aria's going to be able to take it back to the inside of the 3. Down the front straightaway. DB's going to catch that wall, but back towards turn 1. They're side by side again.
System in the 71 still just trailing behind that 60. He's not trying anything different, and he's not gaining much out of it. That time Mini goes high, System elects to go low. Gets to the inside, does Mini get the run off the top? Looks like he does.
And I would like to make a little bit of a correction. Mini is our 5th leader tonight, not our 4th. So very, very great racing already within these first just about 30 laps. 5 leaders already tonight.
As we see Slamdor in the 83, he started pretty far back, and now he's almost to these leaders as they continue to battle. Battling here really, really slows down these lap times, and it's so crucial to keep the lap times as fast as possible here in Charlotte. And so that's allowed Slamdor in the 83 to capitalize, and now he runs the bottom, and he's chasing down these leaders. System with the run off the top, though. He's going to gain on Mini, maybe look. No, gonna stay behind him, as Slamdor tried to challenge on the bottom, but didn't quite have the speed.
You got to think about the mindset of the driver behind that number 83 machine. His championship rival Core is not here tonight. He needs to capitalize on any points he can, and getting some really good stage points tonight is going to be crucial. Running 3rd right now, trying to pick up a couple more points if he can get by System and Mini side by side yet again for that lead.
System Mini. System goes high, Mini goes low. System trying the crossover, and he's alongside Mini. As Mini gets in the wall, who leads this lap? The 60 does. But they're still side by side into one, with Slamdor just an innocent onlooker. No, he's gonna push his way into the inside. Now, Slamdor in the 83, looking to take the lead.
3 wide for the lead temporarily. That 83 bullied his way past the 60 and the 71, but System will prevail over the 83. It's back out front, and this has allowed Max Blugio to catch up. We now have a 4-way battle for the race lead, ladies and gentlemen.
Slamdor. He's looking. Oh man, really close.
This battle is only going to get more intense as we near the end of the stage. Inside 20 laps remaining here at Charlotte in stage number 1. And it's System out front. Slamdor trails. It's a side-by-side battle for that final stage point between Max Blugio and Mini. Max will clear. Watch Napa, though, in 5th. If these guys do some more battling up here in the top 4, Napa could close in and become a contender for some stage points.
Now 4 cars under a blanket. If this isn't great intermediate racing, I don't know what is. As Mini tries to clear the 31, tries to pull that slider. I'd say it's a bit too early for that one, and it didn't work out anyway. Now they're side by side, 2 by 2 into turn 1.
And right at the line, Slamdor did pick up a lap lead, so he will be the 6th leader in tonight's race in just 35 laps.
And look at Max Blugio with a huge run down the back to the inside of the 60, to the inside of the 71, quarter panel 83. Incredible.
And that 60 got a little loose there, making some contact with the 71. This is all that Slamdor wants to see. These guys doing some crazy battling. They'll send it 3 wide. Mini sends it up the inside, side by side, 3 abreast, down the back straightaway, headed towards turn number 3.
As Mini still holding strong on the inside, Max Blugio fails to capitalize. He is looking 3 again onto the front straightaway. Only 2.
And this has allowed Slamdor to gain about a 4-car length advantage over Mini. He's going to have to hold on to this if he wants to be comfortable to win this stage and pick up those 3 championship points. He's going to have to hold on for 14 more circuits.
This is far from over, and we're still only in the first stage of this race. This is the racing in stage 1. Imagine racing in stage 4.
It's going to get wild and more wild and wild as the night goes on. There's a bit of a battle emerging for that 5th place. DB working on Napa. Those two slowly converging, but the focus is up front with Mini, sending it down to the inside of the 83.
And you can tell Mini really wants to get back to this race lead. He's gonna fall back down. Slamdor is just a bit more comfortable now. Still has 3 cars chasing him down. And I reckon if they work together, they might be able to do this. Oh! I thought that was gonna be like a bit of a crash there, but no.
And it should be noted that the 60 and the the 71, they might be a little bit short on fuel here. We don't know if they're going to be able to make it these final about 12 laps that we have left in the stage. Remember, they stayed out on the earlier caution, so they have the least fuel of anyone inside the top 5 right now as Stevie makes the pass for Napa for 5th.
And now Mini and System are starting to work together to get to the 83. System's gonna try to go up the inside. He's gonna get to the door. 83 in the wall. But
Slamdor just gets that run off. Helps him so much.
And Mini tries to send it to the inside of the 71. Now trying to send it to the inside of the 83. A little bit of contact off turn number 4. The 83 will clear. These guys are closing in on the number 93 of Robloxian, who has the potential to go 1 lap down here. Could play a factor into who gets this stage win. Lap traffic.
Mini trying to get back to that lead. Gonna fall back off the corner. 83 has the run. And you're gonna need to get the Slamdor's outside if you want to pass it. Either that or you shove him up into the wall. Either one.
And it seems like Mini chose the latter of the 2, got into the wall with that 83, and here comes System knocking on the door.
It's getting physical for the race lead here. 9 laps to go in stage number 1. Slamdor going to be able to use that run that he gets off turn number 2, carry it all the way down the back straightaway. The momentum continues to carry into turn number 3, and they are still side by side. System tries to send it 3 wide, but fails to do so.
Mini is back to the race lead. Slamdor tries to come up the outside, and now the number 60 car has to block 2 lanes. He's not going to be able to do that. The 83 nearly makes it stick on the inside, but he won't, and the 60 is going to start to run away.
Yeah, and here comes Max Blugio with those cars getting together. Max Blugio and the 31 close the gap right back up. He is knocking on the door of the 71 and 83, as Slamdor, he has something to say. He said, "My bad." And here comes the 31 now.
Max Blugio has closed in on these guys. All that battling that they were doing for all those laps has affected them greatly. Systems continuing to try and pass the 60. The 83 waiting in the wings. Letting these guys get side by side is probably the best thing he can do right now if he wants to close in. Lap traffic on the horizon with Robloxian in the 93.
And right there, he just showed up on the camera. We're in TV1 right now. He just showed up on the camera entering turn 3. He is right there. Late stage 1, lap traffic coming into play.
System tries to get back up the inside of Mini, and he's doing that pretty well. Again, he's gonna fall back off the corner. That's the strength of this outside line. But he's gonna be able to stay there.
And the fact that he was able to stay alongside down the entire straightaway means he can clear here through turn 3. It takes about a lap to complete a pass if you're fighting on that inside. But Mini now with the run. He's fighting right on back.
Mini side by side with System. They both want this stage win. There's just 5 laps remaining in stage number 1. Slamdor now sends to the inside of the 71. One of these guys could try and use Robloxian as a pick to take the lead away or even get second or third here in this stage. It's setting up to be a very good finish here.
And we have 4 cars trying to get to the lead. I mean, there's really 3, but Max Blugio is just hanging on there. And Robloxian is just off the pace. Very slow.
I mean, he was involved in that wreck early on. It might have just tanked his confidence. What he needs is a caution to reset. And it's nearing, but he needs to stay on this lead lap.
And I could believe you because Iron Motorsports cars, they are never this slow. System tries to get to the inside of the 93, but it's not going to work.
Robloxian might actually affect these guys in the battle for the lead. It looked like System was setting up for a pretty good run off turn number 4, but almost looks like Robloxian kind of blocking just a little bit. Slandor back to 4th. He's outside of stage points right now. Now he'll be side by side with Max Blugio. Can Mini get by the 71 as we near 2 laps to go in stage number 1?
The 93 is taking the high line. It's a bit consistent. And that's like the main.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing though. The high line is the best defense. At this track, the top is your greatest defense. So as long as he stays on that top, he should be able to keep that lead lap and just continue to disrupt his battle for the lead.
Oh, but here comes the
so does Mini. Both those guys up the racetrack. We're coming to 1 lap to go. And Robloxian, the lap car, makes it 3 wide. That allows System to get by. Robloxian backs out, but they're 3 wide for second now as System pulls away.
System might be able to run away with this one. Mini drifts up the track. They're 3 wide for second nearly. Max Blugio and Slandor side by side down the back straightaway. Mini has one more shot at this.
And he's gonna take it, but it's not gonna be enough. System out of turn 4 is gonna win stage 1 in the Coke 300.
It's a photo finish for 3rd in the stage as Slamdor gets it right at the line, picks up 1 bonus point, or 1 championship point for that. Mini will get 2, and System will get 3 as stage 1's complete here from Charlotte.
An incredible finish to the stage. Robloxian, and I believe that was DB Tangle after the caution flag flies. Great job by System.
As pits are closed. You cannot go around yet. You cannot go around yet. So, we do have a lapped car here in Charlotte. So here's the situation with that. Robloxian's the only lapped car, so he will be your lucky dog. The case with that is that pits will be opening this time. Storm, yeah, sure. What are you doing, Robloxian? Just pace. You don't need to be in the back. Just pace in the, I don't know, whatever. Alright, pits will be open this time, and he can pit and get his lap back, or he can just choose to get his lap back, as he is the lucky dog.
Down underneath him, loose though. Sideways. High on those older tires. Here comes Silas to the inside, waiting in the wings is firing. And here's the yellow flag.
Yes, I know. Give me a second, Storm. Oh my god.
And
And
the
you
whole field comes to pit road.
Yeah, it's everyone.
Why am I over here?
And a quick reminder that after the second stage, we will have a mid-race break to honor the fallen. That will take place after the completion of stage number 2. The race off pit road, it's a quick stop for the 71. Max Blugio will find himself in second. System will hold the lead off of pit road.
Good stop by the number 31 team. I believe Mini finished the stage second, but I could be wrong there.
Yeah.
That would be correct.
And, leave Robloxian, you didn't go around. Go around. Get your lap. We're waiting on you. And then let me TP Storm. And then he can pit. And this is going to be a longer caution because of all this. You can pit, Storm.
We are nearing 1 hour into this race.
Don't remind me. Just don't even talk about it.
Quick rundown of the running order as we just begin stage number 2. System in the lead. Max Blugio got that second spot from pit road. Mini, your second place stage finisher. In third. In fourth, it's Slamdor having a pretty good night tonight. And the pole sitter DB working his way back up through the field, went from 13th all the way up to 5th in that stage, or excuse me, that run. So that's a pretty good, that's very impressive from that number 3 machine. Just continuing through the top 10, there's the 21 of Aiden, the 20 of Patrono, the 10 of Cube, the 16 of Arya, and the last car in the top 10 is Napa in the 99.
Choose.
Will anyone take the gamble that Mini did last restart on this choose? It paid off. Mini was outside the top 10 from what I remember, and ended up getting some stage points out of it. So, you never know.
Max
I think
Blugio wants
good.
that top.
And more people to the top, I feel, maybe because of that. It becomes less of a gamble and more just lining up. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it there.
End up all of that, please. Get it together. Anyway. Down the back straightaway. And headed into turn 3 to begin stage 2. A longer caution than initially planned. But sometimes that happens. System in the 71. Gonna be leading us to the green flag. Let's see if Max's gamble on the top pays off and he can take this lead here in Charlotte.
System on the inside, Max Blugio on the outside through the Crimson Designs restart zone. We are back underway in the Coca-Cola 300.
And System, once again, that inside lane gets a great jump off the restart. He's clear.
One more tame restarts we've had tonight. But Mini immediately to the inside at 71.
Look
And you
at
see a big-
DB. He's making up ground once more, immediately wasting no time to the inside of the 31. Whoa!
Catches the wall right there.
I think his lag problems are still just plaguing him this race. I'm wondering if it's because the field's all bunched up with each other.
That could be it. He wasn't. There was no reports of any lag on that last run where we kind of all got spread out.
And
Pretty wide.
Mini on the inside of System for the race lead. Ever since that restart of stage number 1, he has never fallen back. He has stayed probably in first, second, and third this entire time. That's impressive, and System cuts back to the inside.
That outside line, so good at defending the inside line. You can use it pretty well on offense. It leads to a lot of side-by-side racing great for the fans, but I'm sure as a driver,
Oh
it's so
no!
frustrating.
Aria!
Arya in the back. Second incident of the day for the 16.
Spinning down the turf in the quad oval. Gets it back together, but she's going to be far back and get off the wall.
And that might bring some lap traffic into this stage, like
No.
Robloxian lap stage.
I'm not sure about that one. Robloxian took a lot longer to get back going than Aria did. Aria's still pretty much with the field.
Oh.
And as we have just about completed, give or take 10 laps in stage number 2, the question has to be raised. Can these drivers make it to the end of the stage on fuel? It was an extended caution between stages 1 and 2. We went about 5 laps into this stage under caution. Generally, the rule of thumb is 1 lap under caution is 2 laps under green. That means it's going to be about a 40-lap run in terms of just looking at the fuel. So the strategist in me says, I think there's going to be a couple guys that are going to try and save their way to not stopping at all through this stage. And I think it's possible.
This is making stage 2 a very interesting one here in the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Night has fallen a little earlier than expected over the course of the race, but it's here, and we're under the lights for the remainder of tonight's Coca-Cola 300.
And system has 1 or 2 car lengths on the next car, Mini, and then Mini is side by side with Max Bligio, and contact is made.
They remain side by side off turn 4 and coming down to the line. That outside line just allowing Max to stay side by side with the 60 into turn number 1. Mini with a little bit of a send down there on the bottom of the racetrack, going to try and drift up on corner exit to stop that run that 31's going to get. Not able to do so, and Max will go immediately to the inside. Most of the field is single filed out by now. There's a couple side-by-side battles, including the one for second.
As we look out the rear camera of System, your race leader, looking at Max Bligio, who just got right back past the number 60 of Mini. Now he's looking to the inside of the 71. He's right there on the bumper, but System gets the run out.
And this field has mostly single filed out at the front. People are still definitely running different lines. You got a battle for 4th here. Slamdor tries to get past Napa, but it won't happen.
As we see now, Max Bligio making a move on the 71 to the inside. We're going to keep our eyes on this battle for the lead as we head to a crank it up in the Coca-Cola 300. Welcome back to the Charlotte Motor Speedway and the Coca-Cola 300. Oh no! One car sliding down the max straightaway. That's Aiden in the 21, and he collects the 10. Oh no, that's Aria involved. Still one car sliding, so we're gonna keep it green. Oh, all the way to the back of the running order. That's the 21. Unfortunate timing, but oh man, he just hit the wall out of turn 2 and around he went. All the way to the back, he's out of the field. That's tough luck for Aiden in that number 21 for Ace Alpine Racing.
Yeah, he was inside the top 10, and he's gonna have to work on that all through the night. But hey, DB went from about 13th to 5th in that last green flag run, so it's definitely possible to move up. Plus, we'll have that caution around lap 100. Just about 30 laps to go here in stage number 2. Fuel could be a concern for some drivers. I still think that they can make it, but there might be some that don't risk it and decide to pit early. Only time will tell.
Yeah, with that delay, I do have to thank the hacker for this one thing. He's made the strategy in this race a lot more topsy-turvy than it would have been without. So it's going to be really interesting for the rest of this race on what happens for fuel, especially in this second stage.
Might see some drivers start within the top 5 or top 10 start to back off. Some lap times might go down as drivers try and save a little bit of fuel just so they can be a little more comfortable come the end of the stage. Right now, though, Mini is currently side by side with System for the race lead, trying to get out front yet again.
As we see 3 cars under a blanket for the end of the stage. System in the 71, Mini in the 60, Mix Blue Geo in the 31. We have one new car who might get involved depending on how things go. That's Napa in the 99. That's Aiden's teammate, and he's running just about where that 21 was, I believe, before he spun just 5 laps ago.
Speaking of teammates, just behind that 99, a Ford teammate is Slamdor in that number 83. Kind of fell off a little bit. He was running top 3 last stage, was able to finish 3rd. Currently running 5th. Needs to get back up here because, as I've been saying a couple times tonight, needs to capitalize on points leader Karinga not being here today. Hopefully he can work his way into top 3, just as Napa has done.
Yeah, and I'm still looking at this 3 of DB. Ever since lag started being a problem for him right after the hacking incident, he's just not quite been the same. Currently running 7th, fighting Robloxian, his ally, and whoa, we went way down into the turf right there. Gives up the position to the 93. I think he's still having lag problems tonight.
Speaking of Robloxian, I do want to touch on the excellent rebound he has had so far in stage number 2. Went 1 lap down at the end of stage 1. Currently running 6th, just 2 seconds behind the leader of the system. I think he was able to get his mojo back under that caution. Maybe there was a little bit of pep talk going on there. But it's working, whatever it was. He's up to 6th, and if they start battling too hard in front of him, who knows, maybe he'll be in contention for some stage points. Speaking of, Napa currently trying to get by Mini for that 2nd spot.
Is down into turn number 3. Napa in the 99 looks to the inside of the 60 to the quarter panel, but can't quite make anything else work. As Mini, with help from that 99, now has a pretty big run on System. 3 cars currently under a blanket.
And Slamdor has slid into the 4th spot. Max Blugio will try and get that spot back, ripping that high side. Oh,
he's going to have a huge run, most likely, down this back. Look at him gain on the 83.
And gaining is something that the 99 did as well. Those 2 Ace Alpine teammates both respectively working on trying to pass somebody.
And the 2 people that they're trying to pass are IDK Racing Toyotas.
Which is that's actually very funny now that I think about it. Working down the back straightaway, Napa Boy closing in on Mini. Max Blugio is now side by side with Slamdor, looking further back in the pack. Aiden Danny trying to get by the 20 of Patrono. Another battle is Arya versus teammate Cubed. They are side by side. That's for the 8th spot. So maybe not battles going on up at the front, but there's always going to be a battle here at Charlotte. You just got to know where to find them.
As we see this back part of the field rumble down the max straightaway, Cubed and Arya, two teammates. Arya being Cubed's team owner, and they're definitely rubbing bumpers quite a bit, rubbing doors quite a bit. Here now, lap 82 underway.
Nothing wrong with some teammates getting just a little bit physical out there on the racetrack. After all, rubbing is racing at the end of the day. Need to find some speed in that 10 and 16. Currently, no stage points for either of the Lightning Fast Racing Chevrolets so far. But it's only stage 2. We still have stage 3, and then, of course, the end of the race is stage 4. Doesn't look like we're going to get a caution here as the field spreads out, which, again, leads me to believe that these guys are going to either have to pit under green, or they could make it on fuel. Some drivers have more fuel than others. It's all going to be a test of who's going to be able to save and make it to the end.
And you know what I just saw? I saw that 71 get off the throttle down the back straightaway watching his telemetry. That's what I saw. So I'm wondering if fuel's starting to become a concern for the drivers too, if they're starting to think about that like you have been for the last 30 laps.
Oh yeah, all these drivers, we say things up here, but generally these drivers are always 2 steps ahead of us. Mini out front right now gets by System. Napa Boy trying to get by. I think we might see some battles start to kind of fade away as drivers want to focus more on saving rather than passing. Could get a little bit single file here as we close with now just 16 laps left in stage number 1.
Napa. Did you say stage 1? This is stage 2.
Whoa.
As we see now Napa pushing Mini past System, and now Napa in the 99 all the way down the track to the inside of the 60. Ford, Toyota out front, and Napa is looking to lead one of his first laps, if not his first lap of the day. Napa, your new race leader.
Napa led just for about 2 laps there early on, lost the lead on a restart, but he is back out front for the 2nd time today and hoping to keep it through the end of stage number 2. 15 laps to go. It'll be 14 when they cross the line. Can he hold off System and a hard-charging Max Blugio for the stage win while maintaining the fuel he needs to get to the end?
Yeah, and also look at who's arrived. Last time we talked about him, he was 2 seconds back, but now in 6th place, that's Robloxian. The IR Motorsports Chevrolet has been locked in, and now down the back straightaway, he's with these leaders.
And him and his friend DB, they have just gotten their heads down, taken the gloves off, bare knuckling these cars all the way into a position where now they could score some stage points if they have the fuel to make it to the end. We now are closing in on 10 laps to go, and I gotta imagine that a lot of these fuel tanks are starting to get a little bit empty. We could see some pit stops come with about 5 or 6 laps to go is when I project that they'll happen.
And I never imagined that we'd have such a huge cluster of leaders out front in the Charlotte Motor Speedway, but here we are. This is the most competitive intermediate race I think I've ever seen, as we see DB take a trip through the turf. I think he had another leg spike right there.
The racing getting very aggressive within the top about 7 cars, all under a blanket. They go all the way to the paint down the back straightaway. Some very aggressive Michael McDowell style blocking here going on as Napa working the top, trying to defend his race lead from Mini. You got to imagine, though, all that battling they're doing can't be saving much fuel.
Yeah, and Max Blugio, we see him getting the wall a little bit down the front straightaway, but he's made his way up to 3rd as they battle behind him. So now he doesn't have to worry about the cars behind. They'll be going way slower than he is. He can focus on these leaders.
3 wide there for a minute. They were off turn number 2. Slamdor working on Robloxian, trying to get into a stage points position. And now your top 7 are all within 1 second No, this is not a super speedway. This is Charlotte, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, the racing here is simply just incredible.
And that's all because of the nature of this track. In these corners, you see such a difference between the top and bottom, and that's allowing for the racing we're seeing right now. Multi-groove racing. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars under a blanket. That's half of the initial starting field.
And the 25 of Levi has decided to come to pit road. Cube will go to pit road. So those guys are going to try and split the stage, but they do go a 1 lap down. At least the 25 car did. I have to imagine there'll be more cars coming to pit road as we near the end of the stage. Some guys might try and wing this thing, see if they can get some stage points here, but it could come back to bite them.
As we see now, Cubed getting off pit road, and here's the field. So he has to stay on the apron all the way to the back straightaway. He cannot merge onto the track, and that's going to hurt him even more than it hurt Levi in the 25.
Yeah, Levi went 1 lap down. Cube will also go 1 lap down, so...
But look at the speed difference!
Wow.
Whoa!
And mini clears. System for the lead, and looks like we will have another car come to pit road. It's Aiden in the 21 coming to pit road. I think some guys in the top 5 are going to come to pit road here in these next few laps. This
is going to change everything.
Cluster, though. Look at DB. One was 7th last time I looked at the leaderboard. He's now 5th and battling for a spot in the top 3. DB could get some stage points here if he's really lucky.
Wondering if this lag's getting better for him as the race goes on. And that's good news for him if that is the case.
Certainly. And it appears Max Blugio has found his way to the 2nd spot. And Robloxian, one of the drivers in the top 5, is coming to pit road, and so is Slamdoor. We have drivers inside the top 5 competing for stage points. They are going to have to come to pit road. Max Blugio has to come to pit road.
DB's in.
5 to go. Can anybody make it?
Fuel becoming a factor late in the stage. Robloxian's into his box. No, he overshoots it. That's going to hurt that 93 big time.
And a big mess up for the 93.
And as we watch Mini now peeling off onto pit road. Oh,
Mini,
he's
your
a little
leader,
hot
comes
in.
to pit road. Can
He's
System
good on speed.
hold on for 4 more laps? If System can hold on for just 4 more laps on the fuel
Stay
he
on the
has, he will be your stage winner. How about Aria finding her way all the way up to 2nd spot? We haven't talked about her maybe once all stage, and it was when she spun at the start, and she is now in 2nd. Could possibly get a stage win here.
It's going to be really close, and she's going to have to do a lot of fuel saving, but she can't do that. Nappa's right there.
3 laps to go in the stage. Looks like System's saving really hard. And he's gonna have to. These tanks they're looking pretty bone dry.
Yeah, Systems checking up big time. He was down like maybe 5 miles an hour through the corner, as is Aria, but the battle for the lead's heating up while they're trying to save fuel.
The good advantage that System has, if he can make it to the end, is that he's putting a lot of guys 1 lap down, and that's only an advantage to him. Aria, though, big move into turn number 1. System saving a lot of fuel. Aria thinks that she can make it. They will take the white flag in stage number 2 when they cross the line. Can Aria make it on fuel, or has she not saved enough? This will be heartbreaking if she runs out on this last lap.
This is gonna get really interesting. And Aria is running on fumes. White flag in stage 2 coming to the break.
It looks like System will be able to make it. He just has to save a little amount. It looks like he's done good enough.
He's there! He's there! He's right on by, and Aria's out!
Aria, yes! Aria runs out. System to the lead. Looks like System's gonna get a pretty easy stage win here. Nappa's 4 seconds back. Green and white checkered flag flies, and running out across the line, it looks like, is System taking the stage 2 victory.
That was respect. Yeah, that was race back. Everyone pace in order of ticker, 90 miles an hour. Pits are closed. I repeat, pits are closed.
And
And Napa ran out on the last lap too, so Aria will still get third in the stage.
System gets the first
Pace in order of ticker.
2 stages in Charlotte, maxing out on points so far today.
Ticker order. Ticker order.
So Aria's gamble
Pits are
kind of
closed.
worked. Didn't get the stage win, but picked up a bonus point, or a stage point, thanks to Napa running out. And Robloxian looks to have some trouble.
All right.
Out of gas too.
We will pull down pit road this time. No pit stops.
And a lot of cars limping around this racetrack, out of fuel entirely. As the field will pull down pit road this time by not to refuel their tanks, but to honor the fallen the only way we know how.
And all cars who are out of fuel, most of the field is actually out of fuel. They're pacing around at 55. Cars who have run out actually get sent to the back. So, oh man, this is going to be a crazy third stage we're setting up for. We will be pulling down pit road this time. No pitting. Any pit stop will result in penalty. I want all cars on the outside of pit road. Outside of pit road. And then stop at the end. Single file line. I'm gonna figure out who pit, and they're going to be. I said no pitting. Order of ticker. Patrono, just be at the back for now. Just be at the back for now. Just be at the back for now. Just be in the back for now, Storm. Back for now. Alright, and then all drivers, please jump out of your cars. And there's a freaking ice cream truck. I want nobody in their cars. Aria, out of car. Silence falls over the Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Coca-Cola 300. 2 stages complete. Today, on Saturday, May 24th, 2025, the Peak Racing Association stands in silence in honor of all who have made the ultimate sacrifice serving in the United States military to protect our rights and freedoms and to give us the privileges we have today. Today, we honor all who have served and made the ultimate sacrifice. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. When we come back from a short intermission in the 2025 Coca-Cola 300 mid-race break, we will have just shy of 100 laps left. 2 stages, 50 laps each, with System as your race leader. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Hello everybody, we are back after the break and we are ready to go racing once more in the Coca-Cola 300. As you can see, drivers are back in their engines and there is in fact, why did you just jump out, Minnie? Okay, drivers are back in their engines, their cars, and we are ready to get back going here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. All TTB cars have been put on the inside of pit road, and all non-TTB cars have been put on the outside of pit road. The top 5 is on the lead lap, everyone else has been lapped. So, pace speed will be 90. I want everyone on the top to go first, and then everyone on the bottom, so that TTB cars are TTB. Go ahead and start pacing. Now all TTB cars. Alright. We are ready to go. So, pits are open this time. Lucky Dog is mini. He can pit and get a lap back. Everybody else needs to choose whether they want to pit or they want to get a lap back. If you pit, you can't get a lap back. If you get a lap back, you can't pit. We're gonna see who comes into pit road this time. Oh yeah, Lucky Dog is slam door. No, sorry, not mini. And that's gonna make things very interesting here. Oh my goodness. And Minnie has found himself sideways in his box, and Arya has found herself backwards in her box. Alright then. And this is your lead group still. Or, well, the cars that... This is so weird. What the... I don't even know who is your leader anymore. Was Patrono lapped? Oh my goodness. Holy moly. Patrono was lapped, so you're not the leader. So the leader is Vic? No. We'll see who the leader is this time. Hold on. This was really weird. Alright. Your leader is DB. Get in the order of the ticker. Pace in the order of the ticker. So that means slam door, Patrono, you're not where you're meant to be. Order of the ticker. This one is going to last longer than any of the than the other one did, though. Slam door, you were Lucky Dog, so you can get one lap back. I believe you just did? No, you didn't. Okay. We're gonna wait on Slam door to get his lap back, and then we'll get to choose. All right. $105 laps complete, 95 laps to go. You are going to be in front of lap traffic, that's it. And then so Patrono, you were lapped, so you need to get behind. You should be at the tail end of the lead lap cars in front of Slam Door. That means get out of the lead. Drop back. Yes. You should be in front of out of fuel people as well. This is why you just shouldn't run out of fuel. This makes caution so difficult. We are waiting on order. Out of fuel ended with Napa. Slam door, where are you going? Out of fuel ended with Napa. Like, Napa is the first out of fuel car. So you are right in between the 25 and 99, Slam door. And Patrono, you're also in front of out of fuel cars. But you're still left. Wait, were you in out of fuel? I don't even know anymore. Okay, this is the order. That's the order, I guess. That's it. I don't even know. Okay. Okay, cool. We're in the right order then. Alright. That's why I don't want you to just immediately go when you get your lap back. I want the other cars to get figured before lap car. I don't know, whatever. It's fine. We'll figure it out. We are going to figure this out in the future. I mean, we've never had a situation like this before. Choose this time. Alright, choose. Go to the middle of the track and choose. Alright. Green this time with DB in the 3 as your control car. He started on the pole, and now he's found himself back in the lead. Hopefully he can make this one count. Nobody can go before the 3. That means I expect to see the 3 pull on every single other person in the field. You should not be accelerating before the number 3. That time the outside lane got a pretty good jump compared to the inside, but that's gonna all fall apart here as they're still getting up to speed through turns 1 and 2. They're not actually up to speed yet, even though it may look like it. They're not up to speed all the way until they enter turn 3 and decelerate for that corner. Now they're at full race pace. DB in the 3 leads the way. Whoa! Caution! Race back! And yeah, and that all started with with Storm getting in the wall in turn 3. Please don't be just wrecking after the caution. Anyway, and that resulted with Storm getting in the wall. And it looks like Storm is saying he can't race right now. Is that a park? Bloxian also down there. We'll see. Alright. Yeah, PO this time. Here is the rule. When the field enters pit road, Mini, stay in line. When the field enters pit road, that is when the lapped car policy will take effect. Mini is your lucky dog. He can pit and get a lap back. Cubed and Aiden have to pick between pitting or getting a lap back. So Cubed and Aiden have quite the decision to make. What are they gonna do? Alright, lapped cars, you may go get your lap back. Cubed and Aiden may get their lap back. Cubed and Aiden... Patrono, pace speed is 90. I just saw 100. That's 80. 90 miles an hour is pace speed. Maintain 90. That's 85. Maintain 90. Thank you. I don't know if that's the right decision from these three cars. Alright. Choose this time. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Mini, you're supposed to just go get the lap back. You're not supposed to wait for my order. Go get the lap back. Alright, choose this time. Storm, you can park it. Just pull down and then delete car and leave. Alright, choose. Choose. So that means the field single file line to the middle of the racetrack down the front straightaway, and then that means middle of the racetrack. Go up. Patrono. Thank you, and then you choose. Has now come into the green flag. Patrono will lead the field. The ticker doesn't determine green, the leader does. Here we go. We're underway. Nice early start for Patrono. Down the back and into three. Patrono in the 20, still holding strong on the bottom, trying to clear the 71. He's clear this time. Does he slide up in front? No. He elects the bottom on the front straightaway, and that allows System in the 71 to clear. Huge run off the top for System. Now down turns 3 and 4, almost 4 wide as Arya was looking. Arya took a wild ride down the front straightaway, and that brought out the last caution, but now she's knocking on the door of the 20. And right on by. Caution. Nope, never. Yep, caution. I was kind of indecisive right there. Oh man, 4 wide just does not work at Charlotte. I think this is the point that everyone starts to freak out. Oh my gosh, it's getting late in the race now. We're within the final 80 laps. Pits open. You were saying, oh? And this sets them up for 2 more pit stops this race. This one and one probably in the middle of the 4th stage as Patrono. Oh man, I don't know if I can do I don't know if I can do that again. Yep. Alright, we're going to choose this time. Yeah, we saw both Coringa and Ship try to qualify into the Coke 300. Coringa was on mobile, and Ship just didn't have the pace. Shame we couldn't see Ship on the deck lid of his car. He has the name of his brother, who is currently serving in the United States military. We'll tell you more about that if we get another caution. Down the back straightaway and headed into 3. Your leader for this restart is going to be the 71 of System once more. He controls the restart, not the ticker. So we'll see who gets the jump. And hopefully we can get a nice long green flag run for stage 3. Coming to the restart zone, we're back underway. Lap 125. Levi in the 25. We haven't seen much of him all day today, but here he is now. 2 IDK Racing Toyotas now up front. Whoa! That could have been big. Oh, they're almost doing 4 again. Oh! Wow! They all now start to get each other figured out. That was crazy. That's all I have to say for that. That was one heck of a ride for an entire half a lap. But now they're settled once more. Let's look up front. System in the 71, Napa in the 99. System with the run off the top. He is clear to lead lap 128 and begin 129. Whoa! Oh, that was probably the closest I've seen any car get to flipping today. And I do have to say, keep it out of the grass. This is going to be the only warning for the whole field. Stay out of the grass. It should be common sense. As we see Aiden traveling up the track into the wall as the 60 of Mini is trying to gain position. And then these are three of our 4 Coca-Cola cars all right next to each other. DB, Aiden, Levi. One of each manufacturer at that. DB now leads the trio. And whoa, all the way down onto the paint we saw Robloxy, and I think Aria moved him down. He's been trying to get past her for I can't say how long. But Aria, now that she has the track position, she's not giving up that easily, currently holding on to 3rd. As we watch these top 5 cars, these top 6 actually, I think. No, the top 5 all the way back to Slam Door. We're running the top through 3 and 4, but a little more variation through 1 and 2. We're seeing the field slowly gravitate towards that top of the track again. It's definitely the preferred lane, but when you're battling, you can see the inside work. And right now, it's just a question of who can run the top the best. Yeah, as we see Slam Door looking to the inside of that 93. We'll be able to see the difference in lines here as Slam Door elects to travel up the track and try and build a run. The run's still going to be a little bit more in Robloxian's favor down the back straightaway, but not too much. They're both going to run towards the top of the racetrack, Robloxian looking a little lower. Whoa! Yeah, and right as that happened, we saw Robloxian nearly complete a slider on the 83. He couldn't quite do it, and put Slam Door just a little in the wall. But look at the run that the top gets compared to the inside. That is what happens when you roll the top perfectly. And it's just, right now with this car, it's not something that you can fight against. The only way you can get that inside to work is by having about the same run as the top down the straightaway, staying alongside, and completing the pass the next corner. It takes about a lap to complete a pass if you're on the bottom. As we see this field slowly but surely at this point spreading out. This is going to be most likely the calmest part of the race, these final 11 laps of Stage 3. From here, it's just going to get more and more chaotic. Yeah, now 10 laps to go, coming to 9 to go now in stage number 3. Let's have our, oh wow, okay. Let's have one more radioactive to close the night off, and then from there, non-stop coverage from me and Llama to end off this Coca-Cola 300. Welcome back to Charlotte. We just saw DB on down the front straightaway get into the wall. Lag might be coming back for him. We'll have to see. But right now, he is ahead of the 83 and 93, which are still battling as we hit 5 laps to go in stage 3.
5 remaining in what should be the tamest 5 laps that we are going to have in this final run of 55 laps. Currently, it is very clear that unless anything goes wrong, I think System, Napa, and Aria will be your top 3 in the stage. DB could potentially get by Aria, but the battle is going to be for who can set themselves up best for a run at the checkered flag in stage number 4.
This is probably the biggest lead we've seen all day. System has pulled 1.017 seconds now on Napa as of last time across the stripe. That's 71. Looking to be the fastest car today. We were expecting DB, but lag has plagued him. Hopefully he can get that fixed for these final 50 laps.
There's just so many strong cars tonight. The 99, the 71, the 60 who's currently stuck in traffic, unfortunately. The 16s even emerged as a strong contender. Just so many guys and girls are contending for this race win, and it is just so impressive how competitive the field's been tonight.
Yeah, now Aria, this is your final warning for wall use. I watched you in turns 1 and 2 this last time by. Next time, that will be a drive-through penalty.
Here we go in stage number 3. System just has to pretty much coast home from here. Just smooth sailing, and he'll be able to pick up his second stage win of the night. It's going to be a really good points day for the 71 machine.
He got a little bit in the wall there, I think, through turns 3 and 4. But I don't think that's going to do too much. White flag in stage 3. 51 laps to go. And I believe this is system stage for the taking. Fuel is no worry for him.
He won stage number 2. And it looks like he will win stage number 3 pretty handily. Off turn 4, green and white checkered flag waves. It's System taking the stage 3 victory. In second is Napa. Third is Aria getting that last point. And it looks like the 31 Max Plugio actually came in for fuel, trying to split the stage, but unfortunately he went 1 lap down.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness.
No!
Came up in front of Levi.
That was not a pretty sight. DB, stop mini-modding. I had to tell the same thing to Aiden. If I don't see it, I can't penalize it. I'm not always watching Aria.
50 laps to go now, 49 as they cross the line here in the Coca-Cola 300. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is gonna get really, really crazy.
Yeah, if you want,
end.
yeah, if you want a penalty, clip it and send it. I will look at it after. Anywho, pits are open this time from the Charlotte Motor Speedway for what could potentially, if you save, be the last pit stop of the day, but I doubt it. I think if this stage goes green, there's going to be one more.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree, unless you save like the perfect amount. I think you either run out early or you save till the end. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. Max Plugio and Levi are 1 lap down. They will choose to get their laps back.
You may get your laps back, Max and Levi.
And Levi did pit under green after spinning out. I think that's important to mention. So he's got a full tank of fuel in the 25. So did the 31. System with a quick stop, but Napa going to try and contend. System will win the race off. DB will pass Aria for the 3rd spot. And Mini will move into 5th. That's your top 5 off pit road.
Mini will remain into 5th. Oh, remain in 5th. Alright. So, final stage.
So as your co-host / analyst, I'm going to turn this one on you and actually have you do a little bit of analyzing for me. As we enter the 4th and final stage, I want to know who you think is the top guy in the field right now. Who's going to contend for this victory?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm thinking it's going to be the 71 System. He's been fast all day, he's been up front all day, and he just pulled a second on Napa in not that long, actually, to win stage 3. I think System is the car to beat today. And as long as he stays out of trouble this 4th stage, he could win the Coca-Cola 300 tonight. And choose this time, by the way.
see, I think if we get a nice long run like we did last time and like we did in stage number 2, I think you might be right. System's going to be the guy to beat. But if we see a caution-filled stage, System hasn't been too good on the short runs. Guys like Napa, though, have been. So I think if we see some short runs, Napa could easily take this checkered flag away from System.
Yep. Now, coming to the choose for stage 4 of the Coca-Cola 300. That's right, stage 4. And the final 50-lap stretch to the checkered flag. The top 3 all elect to choose the bottom. I think that's actually the top 4 that all elect the bottom. Mini,
like
once again, makes
like
the gamble.
Just like he did in stage 2, Mini's going to go from outside the top 3 all the way to second. He made it work last time. Can he make it work this time? He's done it before. That 60 is strong out front. The thing is, can he stay up front, unlike his lightning fast, or excuse me, oh my gosh, unlike his IDK teammates, Patrono and Levi last time they were at the front. Unfortunately, they fell back. It'll be interesting to see on this restart.
Alright, coming to the green flag for stage 4 of the Coca-Cola 300. System, Mini, Napa, Slam Door. That's your top 4. DB in 5th. Coming to the green flag. We're back underway. Great jump for the inside. That outside did not get going.
And as has been the case for almost every restart tonight, System pulling away. Napa follows closely behind. It is a mid-pack mess as they are 3 wide, bouncing off each other, getting real physical in the mid-pack. Napa trying to hold on to second as Arya makes a move for third.
Arya trying to hold on that bottom, but DB's there. DB's going to have a huge run. No, he gets put in the wall. They're 4 wide. They're almost sliding down the front straightaway. Great save by Slam Door. We keep it green.
And as that's going on in the mid-pack, Napa is working on System, trying to get by the 71, and he will clear and be able to block that run that the 71 gets all the way down to the paint. And Napa is clear for the race lead. And this is going to be about the first time in, I think, like nearly 100 laps that System will not be out front. In fact, he'll actually fall back to 4th as DB and Arya get by the 71. Now they both go for the race lead.
Oh man, things just changed real quick. Arya on the outside, DB on the inside for second place. System's right back up there.
They are all bouncing off each other, getting real physical. 2 Coca-Cola cars right at the front, a Ford and a Chevrolet. Into turn number 3, DB following the tire tracks of Napa to AT, and down to the line, Napa remains out front.
Look at that, pushing further back. Arya gave a nice bump to System to the inside of the 3. So many different teams represented up front. You have an AAR car, you have an SJDR car, you have an IMG car, an LFR car, and another Ace Alpine racing machine.
And if you look back to 6th and 7th, you've got an IRMS car and an IDK car.
Everyone is competing for this lead right now, as Napa pulls to half a second of a lead over DB. 3 wide.
System hasn't struggled with traffic like this almost all day. I'm very interested to see how he rebounds. He's falling to almost out to the back half of the top 5. Could lose the top 5 here as Mini makes his way up to 6th place, 3 wide off turn 4.
Contact further back with the IR car of Robloxian. Mini got in the wall and hit him down the front straightaway. And now they're 3 wide back here as Aiden takes a look at the 93.
It is getting very racy here in this final stage. 40 laps to go. DB not letting Napa get too far away. However, Arya and System and Slamdor, this constant battling has allowed the leaders to pull away by about a second over these guys. The top 2 pulling away as they battle heavily in the mid-pack.
Yeah, DB is not letting that 99 go too easily. And look at the run that he gets on Napa. And Napa doesn't really get any run from running higher. DB's on the way.
And in the mid-pack, Mini nearly spun around there. Was able to keep it straight. The racing is getting very aggressive. Systems now found himself a little bit of clean racetrack. Might try and just get his head down and focus on catching up to DB and Napa. He knows he's pretty much got the fastest car out there. So if he can just get up there, I think he could contend for this race lead and take it away from Napa and DB.
Whoa! They almost wrecked again and all the way down to the paint. Aiden, as he makes it 3 wide down the back straightaway on the 93.
And Minnie's going to try and take it 3 wide through the middle.
He just can't quite do it though. Oh no,
Whoa,
not again!
Aria!
What a save.
Aria keeps it straight. That's been the trouble spot off turn 4. A lot of guys get put into the wall there. Aria's been put into the wall actually like 2 or 3 times. That exact spot.
Oh
and
no!
Aiden nearly around. Saves it though.
It's the exact same thing. That car on the inside, and at this point it's getting so aggressive, the car on the inside doesn't want to actually give room to the car on the outside, comes up, clips himself into the wall, and you have an incident.
Looking up front, DB trying all the lines he can. He's tried low,
Whoa!
and he will actually try to send into turn number 1. Muscles his way past the 99, and DB is back out front here in Charlotte.
Down the back straightaway and into turn 3. DB was waiting for the chance and he just took it. But Napa's not done. He gives the 3 the bumper. It's not going to be enough as DB gets in the wall out of the corner.
DB out front here from Charlotte. Napa now trailing the 3 like DB formerly did for him. And now System is up here. We got 3 cars all contending for the race lead here in Charlotte. It is not over, folks. We've got 35 laps to go. We've got 3 cars all with a chance at the win.
And Napa, once again, looking at the inside of this 3. There was no sending. There was no contact with the door until right there. Napa trying to be patient with DB. But these 2 battling is going to hold them up, and that's going to just drag System right up to him. System's there.
DB took a shallow entry to turn number 1, and it's going to pay off. Off turn number 2, a run that'll carry all the way down into turn number 3. DB will clear Napa into turn number 3 and go back out front.
And they're 3 wide further back with slam door. Look at this. Whoa!
Coca-Cola sure getting their money's worth with these 2 guys battling at the front. Now Systems entered this picture, trying to take second away from Napa, and he might try and turn this run into a move for the lead.
He's there, he's there. Can he make it count? DB on the bottom, System on the top. Transitions down to the bottom. Here comes the run on the 3.
That 71's got a run. He's to the inside, passing the grass. Tries it, and he's there. He's to the inside of the 3. DB has to oblige, and now Napa might take this thing 3 wide.
Napa's gonna try something, anything, and he has the run. He's gonna push System down the back straightaway.
DB will enter into the corner of the leader, but look at System. He's been so good at getting that run off the high side.
Oh,
There's
no!
Slam doors into the wall. Keeps it straight. Aiden catches a piece of the curve. Now gets into Mini. 3 wide into turn number 2. Now still making contact.
Oh man, and up front, System's looking to the inside of the 3.
Napa falling back to the clutches of Aria. Up front, it's between the 71 and the 3. Will DB be able to hold on? System's been the strongest guy all night, especially rolling the top, and he just did it perfectly right there. DB just can't do anything on the bottom. System's just so good at running the top. 30 laps to go here from the Coke 300.
Now they've let System get clear with the lead. This could be it. It's going to be really challenging for DB to make up the ground, to figure out how to get faster than this 71. He drives it into the corner, but that just doesn't give him the run out.
This is something DB knows how to do, but he's not going to be able to do it if Napa, the defending champion of PRA, is to his inside. Napa is just incessantly hounding on this 3, whether it's for the lead or for second place. And they've got to figure this out, otherwise System's just going to pull away, and these guys will have no shot at doing anything.
Down into 3. And DB, once again, complaining about lag. It's been a problem for him all day. But he's still here in 3rd, delivering a great race.
And he's trying to make a move on Napa for second now. Kind of drifts up the racetrack, puts him into the wall a little bit. How about Arya and Minnie here?
Whoa!
They're entering the battle for second as they go all the way down to the paint, trying to push
Oh,
up
no!
the racetrack now. Into the 99, 3 wide, turn 4.
And they're almost wrecking, but they somehow keep it straight. 3 wide down the front straightaway, and contact chopping off DB's nose as Arya sends it up. Okay, Arya, this could be a drive-through. I'm sorry, but that's crazy.
Penalty now. Minnie has entered the picture yet again. Where did the speed from the 16 and 60 come from all of a sudden?
But that might be the end of Arya's race. She has the next 3 laps to serve that drive-through. You were down on the apron, not even like hit by him at all. She has 3 laps to serve that drive-through.
Earlier, it was Minnie who took the lead away from System on a restart. It looks like Minnie's going to be pretty much the only person can challenge System, who's now a half second out front. However, there'll be no challenging System if they continue to do battle just like they're doing. Now Robloxian, Slamdor, and even Aiden have caught these guys.
Arya's penalty has been revoked. Down the back straightaway. Watching Robloxian look at DB.
He's got a bit of a lead, not quite a full second,
Whoa!
but close to. DB settled into third. Closing in on 20 laps to go. Fuel is a concern for these guys. Can they make it to the end? It's going to be a very similar situation to stage 2 if we don't get a yellow flag here.
See, now if I were Napa and DB, I'd not be battling right now. I'd be trying to learn off of System's line. Because right now, their lines just are not comparable to that 71. And Arya, stay out of the turf. 3 wide.
3 wide battling for second. Down the back straightaway now. A little bit of contact there. They can't be doing all this battling. It's just letting System pull farther and farther away. And it looks like Levi's going to be coming down pit road here.
Levi. He's out of pit road. And nobody's around, so we can just go right onto the banking.
And how about Robloxian making his way up the second spot with Minnie in third? Can Robloxian challenge System for the lead?
Watch
He's
the
got
volumes.
nearly 1 full second over the 93 now. And the 3 and 99 getting physical on the front stretch.
DB hit a bump and that straight lined his car right into Napa and into the wall. The bumps are getting pretty bad right there.
Whoa, blocking Minnie all the way down to the paint. It's Robloxian. They gained half a second on the 71 that time by, but they might lose it continuing to go side by side here as Minnie puts them both into the wall off turn 4.
It's down the front straightaway and into 1. Whoa! I saw that one, Arya. You can't get away from that one. I'll be reinstating your drive-through. That is a complete send.
So Arya getting a drive-through penalty in the top 5. That's really going to hurt her. Minnie can set his sights on the 71. He's clear of Robloxian, DB, and co. So now we'll just be able to work on trying to get up to that 71 as we are inside of 20 laps to go. We got about 19 remaining. Does everybody have enough fuel to make it is the question. Who's been saving fuel? And we've done a ton of battles in this pack, so you never know. Anyone could run out.
Arya comes in to serve her penalty. We look back at System in the lead. Half a second over Minnie and Robloxian that time by. They have to figure out some way to roll the top that's just slightly better.
If this comes down
Watch
to fuel mileage,
you're on the wall, Mini. There you go.
if this comes down to fuel mileage, we know that system knows what it takes to save. That's how we ended up getting the Stage 2 victory, was saving fuel in a situation very similar to that of the one that we are in currently. But Mini is closing.
And with Mini closing, System needs to make the very difficult decision on if he wants to on how he's going to maintain this lead. He can sacrifice the lead and keep saving, but then that gives the opportunity for Mini to save, or he can push and force Mini to push.
3/10 of his lead was eaten away that lap, and it looks like about another car length going to get eaten through in 1 and 2. Kind of gains it back through the back straightaway, but it looked like Mini's just so good on those turns. Sends it in really, really deep. Ends up getting a little bit physical off turn number 4. Puts the 71 and himself into the wall. Mini takes the lead away, but something tells me that that 71 is saving a little bit of fuel here.
Oh, I've been watching his telemetry. He has a very unique way of decelerating into the corners that I've not seen at all today, and that's allowing him to save so much fuel.
15 laps to go here. I think it's going to be super, super tight. I don't know if anybody can make it, but everyone's sure going to try. I mean, trying's what got Aiden that Stage 2 victory after all.
That wasn't Aiden.
Excuse me, Savage.
What?
Oh my god. System. I got there. Just a second.
It's down the back straightaway.
Moment for DB. Whoa, he was all the way to the inside wall. I suppose that was a lag issue as Systems to the inside of Mini again for the lead.
And these two, with how many... Okay, DB, please stop shoving people into the grass. Anyway, we've already seen how Mini raced System to get past the 71. I'm not sure if System's very happy about that. But these leaders can't afford to get in some drama of their own, because that'll just bring the rest of the field right up to them.
And now Mini has System pressuring him, so he can't really afford to save the fuel that he needs to make it to the end. So it's going to be a wing and a wing on. He's got a wing on and a prayer here, Mini. He needs to just be able to save all the fuel he can, which isn't much when he's trying to defend from System.
Here's the problem I'm seeing, though. Both of these leaders swapping positions and then chasing each other down, that's just burning a lot more fuel. I mean, maybe System at this point is good. I don't know. Mini is... I don't know. Both of them are right on the edge of making it and not making it, based on fuel burn data provided by, I believe, Cubed in the Lightning Fast Racing Discord server.
Very interested to see. 10 laps to go. How is this now going to play out? Who's saved enough fuel and who's going to run out? Who's going to have to pit, unfortunately, with just so few laps to go?
Mini might be able to make it. This is going to be close between these two leaders. I'm excited.
I would say Mini is going to be the one with... I would put more concern on Mini. Mini has not been saving fuel like System has. System, I think, knows he's good, and that's why he's pushing so hard. He'll take the lead away from the 60, but the 60 gets it, trying to get it right back.
And they're both in the wall. Them racing each other this hard is bringing the rest of the field right up to them.
And if they bring more cars up to them, they're just going to burn more and more fuel.
Yeah, DB's right there now. Oh my goodness, hopping down the front straightaway, that's System.
8 laps to go here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Is anybody going to have to come to pit road in these final few laps? Looks like Levi had a bit of a problem down the back straightaway. Stay green. DB has caught the 60 and the 71 amidst all their saving and battling. They've allowed the 3 to catch up to them, and now the 93 might even get up to these guys.
It's getting really close here in the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
One car is coming down from our top 5. Aiden will be pitting this time by. 7 laps to go. Does anybody have enough fuel to make it? So Aiden peels off, heads down pit road. DB is now fully immersed in the battle for the race
Aiden
lead.
just sped. I do believe Aiden just sped. That could be the end of his race.
Oh, that is so sad. Now inside 6 to go. The one pit stop where you can't have anything go wrong. Mini blocking very aggressively to keep the 71 behind. I don't think the 60 can make it. DB's trying to come to pit road, and he will do so. Oh, he's in the wall. DB nearly misses pit road.
And he speeds in. That's his race.
Oh no. Of the guys running in the top 5, I gotta say I'm probably most confident in Slam Door here. In terms of fuel.
He's been making...
saving.
Yeah, Andy's been making no mistakes. These guys in front of him have been making so many mistakes.
And Minnie's coming to pit road.
Minnie can't make it.
That's going to be his chase for the win over. And unless we get a caution, this is going to get really interesting, folks. Do not go anywhere. 4 laps to go. Does System have enough fuel to bring it home?
Riding on board with the 71, out the rear camera.
How much has he been saving, and has it been enough? 3 laps to go.
I don't know if he has enough. It's
Off
going to be
road
close.
Quite a lot. He is coasting through half the corner, but that's only going to allow Slam Door to close. He's won all the stages tonight. It'd be a shame if he lost it like this. It's going to be so close. They'll take 2 laps to go this time. Oh my goodness! Cubes around in the back! Keeps it straight.
No caution.
They're going to let this one to the end. Slam Door closing in. But does Slam Door have enough? Does System have enough fuel to bring this one home?
I don't know. I don't think Slam Door's gonna make it.
Slam Door's out. Slam Door's out of gas.
He has to come into pit.
Flag. White flag for System. Can he make it home?
Presented by Devin Dubik. The 71 is System. And the Coca-Cola 300.
Robloxian is still running in case System runs out. Down the
He's
back
really
straight.
slow. Really slow, but I think it's gonna be enough. System in the 71 for Slide Jump Danny Racing.
He's out. He's out. Robloxian's coming. Checkered flag waves. Is it enough? Yes, Oh, it's not. Yes, it is.
Holy System wins
System
the
on
Coke
fumes.
300 on fuel. Just
Oh my
barely.
God. On fumes. Dominating fashion. Sweeps the stages. Oh my gosh.
Everyone else had to pit road. We knew fuel was going to be quite the situation, but I don't think it was going to be like that. I wasn't... Oh, sorry for the... Wow. And a sweep for the 71 in the Coke 300. Wow, what a way to end it off. Hectic the whole way through. Wow. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and let you respawn your car system so you can do burnouts if you want. Or do you want to just head right to... There you go. Robloxian just left on the track. It's, there we go. Wow. Hold on, just stop at the line. There's an actual burnout thing, System.
Simply an incredible performance from System tonight. Swept the stages, a maximum points day for the 71. Led the most laps tonight, too. Just missed on that pole point, pretty much.
Any arguments can go in the arguments channel. If you have a problem, clip it and send it. I will be reviewing everything. Let's go ahead and let System celebrate this one. Let me set this up for you. Go behind the line, System. Like, yeah. Like, all the way behind the line, System. Because this is what you're going to want to, like, drive through, but I'm not ready for you to drive through it yet. You can turn your car so that you're not rolling. The car, I'm gonna check. Weird. Alright, anyway, add velocity off, spin physics off, gas script off, smooth decel off, add velocity off. Okay. Go forward into the, go across the line and then stop. Like, all the way across the line. All the way, all the way, all the way. I actually don't know if that worked or not. Try again. Like, I need to see. Okay, yeah, it did work. Stop, stop, stop moving. Stop moving, stop. And point 2, and let me get in free cam. And System, for I think the first time in your PRA career, go crazy! System wins the Coke 300.
It's in truly dominating fashion.
Yeah, and I do believe that's his first career win in the Beak Racing Association too.
Won all 3 stages, led the most laps. It's going to be a really good points day for him. And Slamdor, somehow, I believe ends up second. So that'll be good for his challenge of Karinga's points lead.
Alright, System, go ahead and go to Victory Lane. We'll see you there. I want to interview you, by the way, System, like at the end. If you do not want an interview, leave the game. If you do want an interview, stay. And that was a crazy finish.
To a crazy race.
The fans going crazy in the chat. 3 hours of racing comes to this. Alright, where do we start with interviews? I guess we'll start with Napa in the 99. Hello, Napa. How are you doing today?
I don't know. Doing good. Long race. It took forever. I don't know.
Well, you ended up finishing... Where did you finish? That was a chaotic ending. You had an up and down day. Decent points day in the end, I believe. Just... How are you feeling about your point situation, especially knowing about your, the very infamous penalty you received?
That I'm cooked, and that every driver except for System, Aiden, Robloxy and Minnie and probably Levi. They're all good. Everyone just sucks. Freaking Arya's over here sending it, using people, and then DB has a lag and still tries to fight with it, but I don't know. Enjoyed the race. The battling was fun. Uh, it's kind of hard to intercept the high line when you're running the bottom, and then the whole pack spawns in there out of nowhere. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Overall, decent race. We'll get them next week at Michigan because Michigan is yes, Michigan is me. Yes.
Alright then, Llama, you have anything for Napa?
I mean, we knew you were going to be a contender here on the mile and a half. What just was that missing key for you? Was it the fuel mileage, or was it just a different factor that resulted you in not being able to get the victory today?
Yeah, I definitely say fuel mileage was not my specialty because I did not save until like 14 to go. I was like, oh shoot, I probably should save because yeah, but like it was so slow. I was losing away from the pack. I was like, how the heck is system saving while being that fast? So it was a cool experience, but yeah, fuel mileage just is tough.
Alright then, well, thank you for your time, Napa, and can't wait to see you next week at, I believe, yeah, it is Michigan. See you, Llama. Alright. Next up, we'll interview Aiden, and then... Oh, wait, I can't really interview Aiden. I will probably die if I try to interview Aiden. Sorry, Aiden. So we'll interview System, and then, we'll end it off. Alright. TP Aiden, TP Napa. T-Motors coming in to get a picture with their driver. System in the 71. Let me get one more. Let me get one more. All right, there we go. I should have hopefully gotten one. Wait, hold on. Okay. As System in the 71 gets it done in the Coke 300. Let's go ahead and get an interview with your first time Peak Racing Association winner. It's the 71 System. Hello, how are you doing tonight?
Absolutely amazing.
Well, okay, Roblox will get an interview too. Oh yeah, there is. Hold on. I need to get one more thing. Let me turn on the confetti.
Ooh, pretty.
Here it comes. All right.
Kind of slow.
Yeah, it's incredibly it's what we call lightweight confetti. Yeah. Stop typing. Okay, wait. No, not F12. What the frick? Stop typing. Sending messages. Stop typing. I want picture. Stop. Stop typing. Stop moving. Okay, first grade. Okay. We got it. Okay. Hi. How are you doing today?
Very good ones.
Well, you finally got your first win in the Peak Racing Association in the Coca-Cola 300 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. You swept the stages. Just an incredible job today. How'd you do that? How'd you keep your head cool?
I'm gonna be honest, I had no clue how I did it. I didn't feel like I had pace in qualifying. I just had to go with the flow. Just try to keep my pace, try to keep it going, make the corners. Honestly, I'm as surprised as you are. I don't know how I swept the stages.
Yeah, I mean, you did a fantastic job. Flawless performance. Lots of fans were very surprised at that win. We have one saying W system you learned from me in the chat, and just a very popular win. You did a great job today, system. Anything you'd like to say, and how are you feeling headed into Michigan?
Coming into Michigan, I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna run the race like I did today, and honestly, this win was mainly deceased relatives that were in the military, my mom, my dad, yada yada yada, friends that are currently watching the stream. Hi, Naz.
Alright then, well, congratulations on your win, and I don't know what else to say. Congratulations, system. Party hard. You just won the Coke 300 and 1,000 Robux.
TV did.
Alright. See you later. Alright. Well, that was an eventful one. The Coca-Cola 300 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Definitely coming back next season as a 200-lap event. So sorry for all the technical difficulties, and I hope that next season's goes smoother. But I'm so glad you joined me, and I'm so glad we were able to have fun at the end of the day. And I'll see you next season, season 6 for the Coke 300. Then it'll be an even better show. And thank you everyone for tuning in. I love you all. You guys, the PRA wouldn't be what it is without you, the fans, without all of my incredible drivers, without my co-commentators, Lawman and Ally, and just, I'm so grateful for all of this, and can't wait to see you in 2 weeks' time for the Great Lakes 200 at the Michigan International Speedway. See you next time, and that's it. Bye.